Hello, my name is Jeff Hajek, and I am the founder of Valaction Continuous Improvement. The video you're about to watch comes from Valaction's Change Management DVD and is available for purchase at www.valaction.com. This DVD is part of the Change Management module of our Lean training system. This collection of materials takes an a la carte approach to continuous improvement education. Whether you're trying to learn more yourself or teach a team, you'll find just the components you need. Now enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. Despite the various obstacles to change, there is a basic pattern that people follow when they go through a transition. This chart shows what often happens to performance over time as a change occurs. Basically, people cruise along with a steady level of performance, and then something new happens. In this model, the change is related to an improvement. But even though the intent is good, something unusual occurs at the moment of change. Performance tends to dip. This is commonly related to the initial pushback, both in terms of denial of the need for change and resistance to the change itself. But fortunately, that performance hit tends to be short-lived, and with good change management, the dip is even smaller. At the end of this exploration phase, the new method gets stabilized. But this new steady-state performance is at a higher level than before the change occurred. This chart is intended to show you that it is not going to be smooth sailing as soon as you make a change, even if the change is based on a great idea. You have to anticipate this dip, and you have to take action to help manage your team through the challenges they will face as they progress through denial, resistance, and exploration. And of course, the goal is to come out with a stronger commitment on the far side. The more you keep in mind the needs of the frontline employees, the shallower and shorter this performance dip will be, and the bigger the rise in the steady-state performance. Let's talk in more detail about what happens in each of those phases I just mentioned. In the denial phase, people seldom act. They either think the change won't last, or there is no need for it, or that there will be additional changes before anything gets settled. As a result, they avoid participation. This lack of participation is what causes that initial dip. But once they're sure the change is going to happen, there is often a resistance that forms. Again, this pattern is not universal, and it doesn't happen exactly the same way every time. But it is common enough that you should look for these phases when you are managing a change. One of the things that happens during resistance is that people try to rally their team around the cause. Pay special attention when the key influencers within the team don't seem to be on board. The rest of the team will take their cues from these unofficial leaders. The next phase is exploration. People enter this phase for a variety of reasons, whether it is because they decide that resistance is futile or because they see the light. They will start opening up to the change. This exploration is strongest when people start to realize how the change is good for them. That's a theme I've been mentioning repeatedly. As people see more and more opportunity in the change, they will be far more likely to embrace it. The takeaway for the leader is to make sure a project isn't just good for the company. Make sure there's some benefit, a real, valued benefit, in it for the team members. The final phase is commitment. This is when people put the past behind them and accept that they have turned the corner on how work is done. The real benefit of commitment is the focusing of energy. When people are looking forward to the new solution and committing to making things work, rather than looking back at how to keep things the same, their effort is not diluted and the pace of improvement accelerates. Now, the obvious takeaway from knowing these phases is that when you recognize which one people are in, as a leader you can customize your responses to the precise needs of your team at that precise point in time. It takes a lot of effort to do that, but it will go a long way towards making changes go more smoothly. The video you just watched came from our Change Management DVD, one of the many modules in our Lean training system. You can purchase it at the link on the screen. You can also register for free at www.valaction.com to download several forms that you can use to improve your operation. These include a policy deployment matrix, standard work forms, and a variety of Kaizen tools. Again, thanks for watching, and best wishes on your Lean journey.